In the heart of a lush green forest, where sunlight filtered softly through the tall trees, there lived an old deer named Elric. He was gentle and wise, with a coat that had turned silver over the years, and eyes that shimmered like quiet ponds. All the animals of the forest respected Elric. Whenever there was a dispute or trouble, they would come to him for advice. Not far from where Elric lived, there was a young, impatient squirrel named Relo. He was energetic, clever, and full of dreams. But Relo had one weakness. He was always in a rush. He believed that success came to those who moved the fastest, and he often mocked the older animals who moved slowly or took time to think. "I don't have time to wait," he would say. "The world doesn't wait, so why should I?" One dry summer, the forest faced a serious problem. The river that ran through it was drying up. Streams turned into puddles, and the lush trees began to droop. The animals grew worried. "We must act now," shouted Relo during a forest gathering. "If we wait any longer, we'll all go thirsty. We need to dig a new path for the river or go find a new water source right away." Some animals nodded, impressed by Rilo's passion. But Elric, calm as ever, raised a hoof and said, "Rushing may lead us the wrong way. We need to understand why the river is drying before we decide what to do." Relo rolled his eyes. "Understanding won't fill our bellies. Action will." That night, without telling anyone, Relo set off to find water. He darted through thick trees, over rocky paths, and up steep hills. After hours of running, he saw a glimmer. A stream. He raced toward it, thirsty and proud. "I knew I could do it faster than the rest," he whispered. But when he reached the stream, he found something alarming. A dam of stones and branches, clearly built by beavers. It was blocking the flow of water back into the forest. Relo panicked. "So this is why the river is drying," he realized. Without thinking, he began pulling at the dam. He tugged and kicked, trying to break it down. Suddenly, the ground beneath him shifted, and he slipped into the rushing water, carried downstream by the very current he unleashed. Back in the forest, the animals heard a roaring noise. Elric's ears twitched. "That's the river," he said quietly. Moments later, a loud splash echoed through the woods and the water returned, rushing too fast, sweeping away burrows, nests, and food storage. The animals ran in panic. Elric immediately climbed to higher ground and helped others do the same. After the chaos, they found Relo, wet and injured, clinging to a fallen log. "I'm sorry," Relo said weakly. "I just wanted to help quickly. I thought I was doing the right thing." Elric helped him up. "Intentions matter, Relo, but wisdom matters more. You had the courage to act, but you didn't have the patience to learn. If we had all gone together, we could have spoken to the beavers, understood their reason, and fixed the problem safely." Relo lowered his head in shame. "I thought speed was strength, but I caused more harm than good." Elric smiled gently. "Speed without thought is like a river without banks. It floods and destroys, but when guided, it can bring life to all." In the weeks that followed, the animals worked together to repair the damage. They spoke to the beavers, who agreed to rebuild the dam in a way that let water flow both ways. The forest slowly healed, and Relo changed. He still moved quickly, but he learned to pause, think, and listen. He often sat beside Elric, watching the river, learning that patience doesn't slow you down. It helps you reach the right destination.